I don't want. Okay. Just keep your voices down a little bit.
Just feel into the beating of your heart. The first drum, our mother's heart, and we begin to listen to our heart.
Thank you, Kai. Mahalo nui. My name is Ramona, and I welcome you all to this winter solstice ceremony. We are live streaming from the lanai of New Thought Center, Hawaii, here in Kona. 4 times a year, we set aside our normal Sunday format to celebrate the changing of the seasons. Yes, we do have seasons in Hawaii, even though the changes are not extreme. This is one of those special Sundays. We will take care of New Thought announcements now before I introduce Kaimana, who will leading the ceremony. At the same time, we will be passing the koa bowl for your contributions. And for those watching online, you can find information on the New Thought website about ways to donate. Your gifts are greatly appreciated. So I'm going to start passing the koa bowl around. As I read the announcements. So coming up at New Thought Center of Hawaii, Sunday services begin at 10 a.m. in person at the center here and by live stream. And there's a video on YouTube after. There's free childcare, reservation by Friday, please. Now the next 3 Sundays, beginning on December 29, the following Sunday from today, Ramona Owen, myself. Uh, I'm going to be doing a workshop, offering a workshop, Create Your 2025 Vision Board. And that's really a fun and deepening experience in terms of setting your intention for 2025. And there will be no live stream during that time. On January 5th, Jim Kokalas will be presenting. The title of his presentation is The Power of Words and Your Creation. Music by Uma Oyeda. On January 12, 2025, Arliss Dudley Cash is going to be the presenter. The topic is to be announced. Weekly class, we have on Mondays, 4:30 to 5:30 p.m., Jinan Wong. He's a master teacher of Tai Chi and Qigong. And there is a fee of $15. Now, the monthly events. So, we have traditionally had a once a month produce giveaway. Recently, the New Thought Board voted to discontinue the produce giveaway as a monthly event starting in January. We recognize that nature is in charge, and we will not try to tie her to our schedule. Going forward, farmers and gardeners are encouraged to share their fruits and vegetables any Sunday whenever they are blessed with abundance. And there's an area over on the very west end of our lanai here where the produce can be set out. And we will have bags for people to be able to take some home. Crystal Bowl meditation from 9 to 9:30 a.m. is every second Sunday. So the next one is going to be January 12, 2025. Then there's the end of the month potluck, Tuesday, December 24, which is actually a Christmas Eve. And there's going to be desserts and poo-poos. And New Thought will provide beverages. So I just want to make people aware that there's a program on December 24th from 7 to 8 p.m. right here on the lanai. And we encourage you to dress warmly. It does get cool in the evenings. And dessert and poo-poo potluck after the service. And there are these flyers that are available for you to pick up and take home as a reminder for yourselves in that little basket, woven basket over there at the entryway. Also, for that special event, it's a Christmas Eve candle lighting service. And volunteers are needed, greeters, set up, clean up, etc. And the sign up sheets are on the round table over there. We invite you to take advantage of our new thought, prayer ministry offering. There's a box with a Honu carving on the top over there on the green covered table. Anybody that you would like to send prayers to or have prayers, be made for, you can fill out a form and put it into the box. It's all confidential. The people who are involved or trained to do this special type of prayer service, prayer ministry through Center for Spiritual Living. And this is a once a week prayer time. So if you get your prayers in, they will be prayed upon or prayed for the people or even animal relations, who need some kind of care or consideration will be prayed for. Do you want to join the prayer ministry team? Reverend Libby O'Day will be offering a series of 4 free training sessions starting Thursday, January 9. The sign-up sheet is next to the Honu box. And current team members who want a refresher course are also welcome to attend. There's a guest book on the entry table, so please sign the guest book to get a weekly e-newsletter or sign up via the website www.newthoughtcenterofhawaii.com. And now I have the honor of introducing the leader of our winter solstice ceremony, Kaimana. He was raised in Hilo, not far from Rainbow Falls. Kaimana now enjoys living on the Kona coast near the ocean. He shares weekly outdoor yoga classes and ho'oponopono ceremonies with people. He is an ordained psychic minister, a founding member of the Hilo Lightworkers Center, a Reiki master, and a massage therapist. He has been drawn to the study of healing and spirituality from a young age. He took pre-med courses at the University of Puget Sound and did postgraduate work at Fuller Theological Seminary. He has studied with Eileen Caddy, founder of the Findhorn community, as well as Hawaiian wisdom teachers Harry Jim and Uncle George Naope. Kaimana attended several of the workshops Hank Wesselman offered at New Thought Center, including the final one in March of 2020. He also is a musician, a sound tech person, a crystal bowl coordinator, Sunday speaker, and board member. He's a man of many talents and amazing being on the planet serving all of us. Mahalo nui. So let's see.
With that, I'm on.
Yes, you're on.
Am I on?
You are on.
I have it turned on. Yeah, yeah. I heard a little bit coming through. Hey, como mai? Yeah, welcome. Aloha. Yeah. Um, I think it was yesterday you asked if I could do this. It was recent. It was very, very, very recent. And I'm always happy to hold ceremony. Um, Last year I did the winter solstice ceremony, and I talked about the 12 days of Christmas. We did a journey work that we really worked on those 12 aspects of life for each month. And it's a wonderful journey, a wonderful teaching about the solstice, this time of the year. I talked about all the beings that are born on December 25th and why, because of the movement of the sun and so forth. So rather than just rehash or tell you again what I told you last time, which is a technique of teaching, I'd rather teach something totally new about this time. And what I want to talk about is more the Hawaiian perspective of this time. Since Harry Uhani Giamya was sharing that the Hawaiians are from the stars and their time here is almost done, he kind of let the cat out. So I can talk a little bit more about what I've learned from the Hawaiians and other beings. Yeah. I want to talk about the Pleiades. Yeah. The Pleiades. Yeah. I don't know. They're in the sky. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Um, and this time of the year, yeah, the Hawaiians call it makihiki. Yeah, it's a time of the return of Lono. Yeah, Lono from the Pleiades, and he lived right here. In fact, Keala Kekua, it means Keala is path, and Kekua is the god Lono, who lived like in this area and walked down the hill to go down to the ocean. Yeah, lots of stories about Lono, and Lono, a real being, a tall white being that came to Hawaii, taught the Hawaiians, the Polynesians, everything to know about healing and peace and so forth. So at this time of the year, the Makihiki, it was a time of peace, not a time of war. There was no killing. Yeah, there was a time of peace. In fact, if you go down to Honaunau right now, you'll see that many of the tikis have a white malo on. Some, even the warriors, have a band across their eyes. No killing. It's a time of peace. It's a time of harvest. And I mentioned this last time I talked about the winter solstice, that the priest of Lona would march around the island in a clockwise fashion, carrying a big white T banner. Yeah, a big cross with a big white tapa, yeah, kapa, on it, and they would collect the taxes as they went. Yeah. So Captain Cook, a tall white being, speaking their language, which he learned throughout Polynesia, arrives at the temples of Lono, first in Kauai, then almost a year later in Maui, and then he comes over to Kealakekua down Napopo, yeah. At the temples of Lono during the Makihiki, like Lono has returned as he promised. Now, for the record, Kamehameha had seen a scar on Captain Cook's hand, so he knew he wasn't a god, but he wanted the weapons, so we got close all the same, yeah. But that's part of that whole mythology and how it played out in our world, yeah. Much like South America, the mystics had seen that this new god was coming, and we might say, well, the new god that came was Christ, yeah. But as I referred, the Christ is the God right now, the embodiment of that light coming into the planet. This has been the case throughout centuries. Like every several thousand years, we have a new star being. Yeah. So my understanding, when Jesus said, "My Father is in heaven," some people kind of misunderstood what he's saying. Yeah. Throughout humanity's time, there have been children born of beings we might call gods. Yeah, we say, "Oh, heaven is where the gods live," or heaven is within. Heaven is right here. It's a state of being. But that heavens, that's where the gods come from. Yeah. And for many people around the world, the Pleiadians, yeah, we're the gods. We are created in their image. So I don't know, I think you mentioned I went to seminary and I learned the Hebrew of the Old Testament. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not a Hebrew expert, but I learned enough Hebrew to understand what it's actually saying. And what it says is, in the beginning, the gods, plural, created man in their plural image. So I'm kind of a precocious one, you know. I'm like, wait, whoa, 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 excuse me. That's not what we've been told it says our whole life. And the professor is like, well, yeah, according to Hiram's theorem, we know that when you see a plural in that form, it's a singular. I'm like, well, why? Well, because we know there's only one God. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not what it says. What it says is they created us in their image. Now, some believe that human beings have 12 different star being DNA. Yeah. And that the Pleiadians were the last ones. That we look like them. That when they return, we will recognize them as being bigger and better than us, but like us, our gods. No, one of the reasons I wanted to share this at this time, yeah, this time of Makihiki, this time of celebration of the Pleiades. You know, I don't know if you know, but the Pleiades actually means to sail in the Greek. Yeah, it was a time when the people would set out upon the ocean, and the Pleiades can be seen from both the north and southern hemisphere. It's a very special star system, and many people, as I mentioned, throughout the world said that the gods who came and taught them culture, yeah, come from the Pleiades. Now, if you're not familiar with the Pleiades, they're in the very head of Taurus. Yeah, so like the bull's brain. And if we think about Taurus and what Taurus represents, it's going forward. Yeah, this going forward in life. And we could even say that it was the culturization of humanity when we started to domesticate the animals, most notably the cow, like in India, so sacred and so forth. Yeah. And we cultivated the land. Yeah. That was, they say, taught to us by the beings that came from the sky to teach humanity. Yeah. And we could go even further back and talk about how, well, supposedly they created us so that we could work in the gold mines, so that we could, all of that. Yes. Long history of mankind. Yeah. But I want to talk about the Pleiadians at this time because this is a time in Hawaii of the celebration of the Pleiades. But more specifically, one of my teachers. Now, I don't know how many of you know, but I'm also a channel and a professional psychic. And so like when COVID happened, I looked and I was like, oh, yeah, this is a warm up. This is going to happen again, even worse. So learn how to deal with viruses. Yeah, I learned that back when we had the dengue breakout. Yeah, it's so important to know how to take care of your health. But when I looked at that, I looked a little bit further ahead. I actually had a friend who had just gotten a whole bunch of money. And she asked me to look at that time. So I had the ability to look before COVID happened. And the astrologer said, oh, this is what's going to happen. There's going to be this huge, it's going to be the most incredible time. So I looked ahead of time. I was asked to look. As a psychic, we don't see everything. We see whatever we look at, right? So I looked ahead in the future and I saw that they're coming back soon, which is why I want to talk about it. Because when one of my teachers, Bashar, I don't know if you're familiar with Bashar, but he, to me, is one of the greatest channels. I mean, there's many now. Yeah. But Bashar channels a bunch of star beings, and they say they're coming back in 27, end of 26, early 27. So as we finish a year and we get ready for a whole new season on the planet, and I don't just mean like spring, I mean like we got a new president, we got a new world, and this world's been talked about for a long time. And we as light workers are here on purpose at this time to shine, right? What did Harry say? To transmute darkness into light. That's our purpose. That's why they came. That's why we're here to transmute darkness into light. So, as we get ready to do a ceremony having to do with the darkest night, as we get ready to go into the darkness, I just want to like remind you that part of our purpose is to shine. Now, one of the celebrations, the ceremony of the sun, when we celebrate like summer solstice, like, ooh, it's a long day. We can party all day, all night, right? But at winter solstice, which is even more honored by many of the ancient traditions, what happens is the night is longer. And so there's less sun. Now, many of us, it's all about us, right? Look at me, my sun is shining. It's daytime. But nighttime, we recognize there's stars, that we are part of a much bigger family. And that's why I want to talk about the Pleiadians a little bit, our star tribes, right? They say, the children of the universe. Yeah, we're here growing and learning how to deal with our emotions and our thoughts, which constantly causes all this chaos in our own lives, much less the lives of the people around us. And these other areas we might call heaven, these other places of being, are so much more amazing. It's like the astral. Like you think of something and boom, it happens. So you can't be like having negative thoughts about the way the other being looks. Whoa, I'm sorry about that. You know what I mean? We get good here at finding peace inside ourselves. Less reaction. Just, huh? Right? My first mantra that I was taught, I don't know if I shared this before, was wow. My guru said, just walk around looking at every single thing. Wow. Wow. Yeah, all day. We were supposed to come back the next day, tell me how that went. It's like, wow. Yeah, wow. This is like such an amazing creation, yeah? And someone put us here on purpose. Crick, the guy who like discovered DNA. I don't know if you know, but there's one DNA in the human body that like is like it's crossed. It doesn't look like all the other DNAs. And he said we're created beings. No question. Not evolved. We evolved some, yes, but we are created. And the question is by whom? I would say the place. That's what people have been teaching for a long time. And they've come back throughout time. Some would say, oh, they're here. Well, some are here. Yeah. We're being watched over. They call them the watchers, the ancient ones and so forth. And they're starting to show themselves more and more. I don't know how much you paying attention, but like a lot of different, when there's nuclear issues going on, they show up a little bit more. Yeah. And I mention all this, I just as a preparatory to our journey work, because we're going to journey to the stars and our star teachers today. We're going to work like in the physical, like, oh, yeah, but we're going to go up into the star realms and work with the star teachers a little more today. Yeah. They're really concerned about us destroying the earth. Yeah. And times are, it's a bulldozers off in the distance. Yeah. Uh, So they will come back when it's time for them to come back. I've been communicating with them a long time. They said they're on their way. They'll be here soon. Yeah. Also, just one other little tidbit I want to share. My shirt, is Metatron's cube, and I have here in the north direction, Metatron's cube. I don't know how many is familiar with Metatron's cube. Yeah, it's kind of like the six-pointed star of Israel, which is the heart chakra. We could talk all about, yeah, and so forth. But it has other lines and other stuff in it. It's pretty amazing. In fact, I encourage you have to come look at, because this is a really fun one. You can put your hand, but it's a really fun one that kind of shows you that three-dimensional. Now, this is a two-dimensional representation of that three-dimensional thing. Yeah. And on ayahuasca, doing medicine ceremony, yeah, you see a lot of sacred geometry, but in particular, I was doing the Santo Daime, which is like the church of ayahuasca. We're singing songs to Jesus and angels, and I'm like, well, this is powerful. This is awesome, yeah. And all of a sudden, I saw that in three dimensions, not two, but three dimensions spinning in front of me. And out of that came this huge light being. And tap me right on the very center of my head. Usually, when I tell this story, I tap people right in that third eye. And he reached out and tapped me right there and said, when you understand this, we'll be back. So I afterwards Googled, who is Metatron? Does anybody know who Metatron is? He's the archangel. That means like the super high. He sounds like a transformer, right? He's the archangel of dimensional travel. This is how we do it. Now, the other reason I'm pointing this out is they say that our heart is one of these. And that the way we travel through dimension is by activating the heart. Yeah, this Merkaba. We've heard the term. I don't know if you know, Merkaba means chariot. Yeah. Just the word for chariot. It's a way we could say it's our car. It's our vehicle of transportation through the dimensions. Yeah. I just mentioned I recently saw on Facebook somebody talking about fourth and fifth dimensions, and like, oh no, we're not really in the fourth dimension. We're not. That's not going to happen until the year 3000. And just for clarity, we are all multi-dimensional beings. Yeah. Many of us are sort of focused in the third dimension. We're still understanding how to breathe, how to use our power. Third dimension. Yeah, survival. Some have kind of made it out of survival. We're dealing with our emotions. Yeah, some have made it up to the heart and can love. But we dream, we think. We're all multi-dimensional beings all the time. So this journey work that we do is not so magic. It's who we are. We have the ability to travel through space and time. As a psychic, when I look at the past or the future, people ask me, how do you do that? I just leave the third dimension. I just look into other dimensions, look in the past, look in the future. It's just a dimension. Yeah, which maybe if the mind is like, well, I'm not sure I understand that. Well, good. Right. One of the freeing things of spiritual practice is I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, I don't need to know. I don't need to understand. I need to experience. And then my experience will inform my being. Yeah. So as we go into ceremony, I just want to remind you of the long history of this place and its connection to the star tribes, to the Pleiadians, to our gods, our teachers. Yeah. Okay, ready to go in. Yeah. So we'll start by honoring the seven directions. Yeah. So join me, Stan. Yeah, we'll face the east, the direction of the sunrise, the direction of the new day. Yeah. Oh, beings of the east, spirits of the new, the child within, come and show us new ways, new life. We're grateful that every day we get to experience new forms, new ideas, new experiences. We are grateful for your light that shines from the new day, the new sun. Oh, winged ones of the sky, the songbirds that sing us with joy in the morning, throughout the day. You remind us that the vibration of joy is what fills the inner child with so much power and love. We honor you. Come, be with us, beings of the East. We face the South, land of fire, yeah, the land of Pele. The ones down below, the creepy crawlers inside the earth that support us. It creates so much change that we're even unaware of deep in the soils and deep in the ground, where the roots go deep. Yeah. And that fire of light that transforms us, that burns through the places we're holding on to. Fires, come and clean us, transform us, shine your light upon us that we may see more clearly. Create anew by destroying the old within us. Transform us. Ah, spirits of the South, be with us now. We face the West, the area of the sunset, the place of completions. The water ones, the whales who've returned from their migrations. Yeah, they're here once again with us, the whales. The dolphins are happy about that. All the beings of the ocean, that deep place inside the emotional body. Yeah, we flow with your waters. We're reminded that there's a transition from day into night, of your magic, the beauty, power, the power of the ocean. They say, Kaimana. Hey, be with us, spirits of the West. We face the north. It is the north is the land of the winter solstice, the place of spirit, of earth. Yeah. It's one of the reasons the animals, the four-leggeds, represent our ancestors, our Amakua, so often. Because it's through the animals that we connect to the spiritual forces of nature, of the earth. Yeah. We honor and thank you for your teachings, for your support. Yeah. Manakia. We connect to your height, your beauty, your power. We connect to all those who gathered yesterday on the mountain to celebrate, and all around the world celebrate this time of winter solstice, create in us a new experience of dark and light, the land of Po, beings of the north. Come, be with us now. And we raise our hands up to the sky. We connect to the heavens, to the star beings. Yeah. Beings from above, the gods, angels, spirits, uh, star beings. We invite you. Come amongst us. Yeah, teach us, inspire us, be with us, guide us, protect us in this time of change. We ask that your light would shine upon us through the dark like stars in the night. We are grateful for your light, for your love, and for the life that you've given us here on this planet. Mahalo, be with us. We come down to the earth. It's nice to place your hands on the earth. I'm going to be drumming, but I'm going to be conscious of my connection through the feet to the planet. Yeah. Oh, great mother, earth, Gaia. We give you thanks for your unconditional love, like the greatest mother, always loving, always supporting us, giving, giving, giving all the time. We are grateful for your love, for your support, for the many gifts of life that you've given us throughout time. We ask that this time of change, that one of the great changes that happens on the planet here for you is your healing. We call that connection through Mother Earth to all women, to the divine feminine, that it would bloom once again, take root and bloom to guide us. We place the hands on the heart. Some like to place right hand, left hand on top of right hand on the heart, left. Yeah. And we go within. The most important of the dimensions, the most important of the directions within. For it is through going within that we are throughout all things. We feel the heart beating inside the heart, inside the body. Yeah, we are grateful for body, for this opportunity to live in the third dimension, to grow and to learn. We would ask, Spirit, that you move through us, inspire and guide us in our light work at this time. And so that we can heal others, we ask for healing within, deep, deep within, that we may let go of the past and be present to the many gifts and create a future that we can but now only dream. And so we dream within. Now it's time for you to get comfortable. Yeah. You can lay down if you like. Actually, I think I'll keep drumming for this part. Yeah. So main thing is that you get comfortable. Yeah. If you're sitting, it's nice to have the feet flat on the ground. That'll sort of ground you. But whatever is most comfortable is most important. We'll have about a half an hour journey, a little more than 20 minutes. Bring it back in about a half an hour. Yeah. So you want to be comfortable enough that you don't really have to move for a half an hour. Yeah. It's almost like taking a little nap. Yeah. Just going to go straight into the dream space. Yeah. Guided journey. You know, I'm a guide. That's part of what I do for my day job. I take people on food tours, tell them about the history. They eat, they drink, they have a great time. Talk about the history related to food. I'm also now working at the abalone farm, so I have some abalone around the altar. I feel really honored to be working with the abalone. For Native Americans, for many shamans, for many of my teachers, their abalone shell is their most precious item of everything they own. The abalone shell is like, oh, it's a connection to spirit. So especially as we're connecting to spirit and the star tribes, I figured I would add the abalone. Everybody in my family is getting abalone shells for Christmas. Little small ones, yeah, but sparkle, yeah. They say it gathers that star energy, the energy of spirit, just like we do. Our being is to absorb light. Right? Just like the plants, we're constantly absorbing the light, and then we eat the plants, and we eat light, basically. When we breathe, we're breathing light. This is what we're doing. We're empowering the light body. So I bring your consciousness to your light body as we get ready to drop deeper into our physical body and let it go. Yeah, so a good practice to do that is become aware of your breath. And just feel this gentle wave of the breath moving through the body. Feel how the body naturally rises and falls with the breath, just like the waves of the ocean. Always this gentle rhythm moving through the body. We have the heartbeat, we have the breath. And begin to deepen the breath. Take a couple deep breaths. And as you exhale, really soften through the body. Let the body drop deeper into the chair, deeper into the earth. Yeah. Just allow your body to soften. Feel the breath. Yeah, moving through the body. Feel how with each deep breath, the body relaxes even more. It's like we're melting. The body's soft. We're letting go of heaviness. Good reminder. Gravity takes the heaviness from us. If we'll just let go, we can become more light. Huh? So really let go. Let go of all the heaviness you're carrying from the past. Just let it go. You can imagine like roots from your feet or from your spine through your back, as if you're a mycelium, like just growing into the ground. Just letting go. Letting go of all the darkness that you've been carrying. Just allow it to release. Go back down into the earth to be transformed into new life. Relaxing any places in the body that are tight, around your neck, around your shoulders, around your hips. Just let everything melt a little more into the floor, to the earth. And imagine that you're on a trail, a path, Kiala, through life. And this path is at night. Moon shines upon the path. There's a new radiance of everything you look upon in the moonlight. The grasses look different. The trees look different in winter. Traveling down the path, up hills. Off in the distance, you see a big, big tree with no leaves, just a like skeleton of the tree, for it is winter. And making your way up to this elder tree at this time of winter. You notice as you get closer to the tree that there is a being there to meet you. And this being has a message for you. perhaps even a gift. And the tree itself has a message for you. While it seems like its leaves are all gone and it's resting, it is still awake. For this tree has seen much, experienced. And your friend guide walks with you down the trail, up over hills. As you come to a base of a mountain, begin to ascend the mountain together, going higher and higher. At times it might feel like a journey is challenging, but going higher and higher, you're getting more perspective on your life. All the challenges you come through, going higher and higher on the mountain. Making way up to the top of the mountain, there's a big stone circle, similar to Stonehenge, similar to the stones at the top of Mauna Kea. Big fire, the center of the circle. And others are coming from all around the mountain, gathering around the fire in the stone circle to celebrate at this time, to dance and sing. It is a place between the worlds, between heaven and earth. For some of these beings you might recognize from your past. Ancestral beings that have been watching over you for a while. Loved ones that have gone on. This is a place we can meet again. And one in particular takes your hand and begins to lift up, like the fire, flames, the sparks going up into the sky. And up in the clouds, beings coming down like angels. And one in particular takes a liking to you, looks you in your eyes, and telepathically begins to communicate to you. And together you fly, flying through the night, feeling this freedom of flight. And much like the Christmas carol gives you a new perspective on your own life from a higher perspective. Shows you areas to grow in love. And as you fly, you see off in the distance the moonlight on the ocean, the shoreline. And your guide brings you down to the shore. And together you walk out into the ocean. And that guide bids you farewell. For now the path is yours to go deeper. And in this world you can breathe underwater. You can travel. Deeper. Deeper. And you're met by beings of the sea, whales, dolphins, octopus, and they take you deeper. Deeper. And they too can communicate telepathically. And they show you things. And they bring you back to a time of healing in your life, a time to transition, to let go of deep, deep down inside. Just letting go. And then they bring you back up. Lighter, brighter. All around you, this glow. Even though deep in the ocean, you can see from your own light. And you make your way back to the shore and lay down on the beach, gazing up in the night sky, gazing at stars. And out of the side of your eye, you see a shooting star through the night. But this is not like any other star. For this one comes and lands right next to you. And the being of light appears. Just being in its presence, like an angel. And along with everything it's been telling you, it gives you a gift. A special item. Special for you. And others of these light beings come down around you. And they encircle you. And they shine their light on and in you. And they surround you in this cocoon of light. And you can feel changes happening inside. Activation of light channels, chakra, brighter. Clearing of debris, brighter. So eventually you're shining so bright, it's hard to tell where they are and where you are. And just feel yourself shining. And together you all lift up. Some might think it's a spaceship, but it's really a bunch of lights together shining. Flying through the night. And you all fly back to the top of the mountain. Now with a new perspective, new connection. And up at the top of the mountain, as you dance, raising your arms up, gathering light, grounding it down through your legs, through the mountain, deep into the earth. And you feel connected in a new way, both to the planet and to the people. For you know you are not alone. One of many light workers, surrounded by light workers. And so you begin to come down the mountain with this new appreciation for who you really are. And you make your way back to the tree. And this time greeted by others. And the sun is starting to rise in this world. Amazed by the colors of the sky. Finishing up any last messages. And you make your way back down the path. As the sun is starting to rise, a little more light. So beautiful, this world. You hear the birds chirping. A new day has begun. And all the way back to your body. Feeling the breeze, feeling the floor, feeling your body. Full of light. Light shining all around your body. as if you were in a cocoon, always. A baby sun, like a star, learning to shine. They say like seven sisters, seven stars through the body, each one shining bright. And I encourage you to take a couple deep breaths, really soaking up this energy. Before you come completely back, go ahead and touch your thumb and index fingers together, creating the symbol for okay. A little reminder from this place, this energy, that it's okay. The universe has got this. We call it the mudra of wisdom. The universe knows what it's doing through us and to us. So, all the way back, just aware of this subtle energy in the space we share. One of the joys of gathering community is as we change our energy, it affects the energy of people around us. We gather Sundays to go deeper in our own spiritual practice, to be inspired. And we also gather at this time as family and friends because there's something so powerful about gathering in love. We gather in Thanksgiving. We gather at this time, Christmas, to remember that inside of each one of us, new light is being born again. It is not something that happened just 2,000 years ago or 10,000 years ago, but something that happens afresh every morning and every year. Our light shines brighter. The body serves its purpose over time to enlighten the mind through cycles and seasons, through time and space. I know many of you are very relaxed. I'm going to go ahead and release the directions. You're welcome to stay seated or laying down, however you are. I do want to give you a chance, a time to integrate, but I'm going to release the directions first because I can tell several people still lying down, still kind of in a deeper trance. Hmm. Spirits of the East, new beginnings, the child within, the birds that sing their songs at sunrise. And we give you thanks for new beginnings, new days, new years, new lives, for birth, and childhood, for innocence and joy. Mahalo. Spirits of the south, the fire, Pele. Mm, those creatures down below that support us in so many ways. Mm, we give thanks for the fire that transforms us and enlightens us, that burns through the dross in our lives to make us more pure. We give thanks for recreation, for illumination. Thank you, spirits of the south. The spirits of the west. Mm, the end of day, completion. We're reminded this time, many of us in this phase of life, this time of the elder, of wisdom and knowledge and integration, we can go deeper inside without just experiencing the surface of things. We can go deeper into its meaning in our own lives. We thank you, joyful ones, the dolphins, and the whales, the wisdom you hold, that you share in love and kindness with us. You remind us that we are all on a journey into joy and love. Thank you, spirits of the West. Spirits of the North, of the earth, the mountains, those who've gone on, the ancestors. We give you thanks that you never really leave our side. You always watch over us like great grandparents with loving kindness and wisdom. For you too have walked this path of humanhood upon this earth. We give you thanks for all that you've done to give us better lives. All that all of you have done that we might experience this life, this time. Mahalo. Spirits above, star beings, grateful that you shine upon us throughout the night. Even during the day, you're still there. Even when we don't see you, we know that you're watching over us and guiding us. We give you thanks and praises in so many forms and different names. But ultimately, it is all love. We thank you for love, for life, for your creation. And creating it within us the desire to know you and to know more deeply ourselves and one another. Mahalo. Spirits of the earth, great mother, grandmothers. Once again, thank you for your support, your loving kindness. Thank you for your presence always within and throughout the creation. Thank you for your beauty. It calls us back to the moment, calls us back to the breath, which you share so freely with us. Thank you to the green ones, the trees and the bushes, for your flowers and your air that we share. We are always grateful for your presence. Mahalo. And finally, we connect once again within. As we release the within, we are reminded that we are always connected in all seven directions to all of life and all of creation. And it's simple as coming back to the heart, coming back to the breath, coming back to peace and love. Mahalo. Oh, we have some pens and paper. Would people like to write down? Sure. Like I gave you a little bit more time to come back a little bit more, but it's nice to gather memories before they. It's like writing down a dream when you wake up. Yeah, it's a really great practice. Yeah, I just keep on my phone. Try to give the dream a name. So do write down something about your journey. Maybe it's like, I don't know, I just saw darkness the whole time. Great, we were going into the dark.
So one of our lovely angel helpers is passing around cards and pens if you want to write anything down. Thank you so much, Kai. Mahalo nui for your beautiful kokua for us, for the planet. So you yourself, Kai, do you have any announcements about your upcoming classes and events?
Not really. I teach the yoga Saturday, Wednesday now, also Wednesdays and Saturdays at Hano's. It's an 8 a.m. practice, but there's a teacher there every morning. Yeah, I do Wednesdays and Saturdays. Gentle, easy yoga. I encourage people, if you want to come, bring a sheet. I bring mats and extra sheets, but it's good to have a sheet for your space in the sand. But the thing I wanted to mention is that we're not doing lunch today because I'm not doing lunch anyway. Because some friends of mine are doing kirtan next door over at around the Kava Bowl. So at 1 o'clock, Sakshi, right, and his partner, who he sometimes they do music here, sometimes they'll be presenting. They're doing kirtan around the Kava Bowl from 1 to 3. So I'm going to go over there instead of rushing through lunch. But if anybody wants to grab a quick bite and then head over there, that would be the one announcement that I would have.
Thank you
Yeah,
for that.
yeah.
That would be pretty amazing experience also after this very deepening one. So now we will say aloha to our live stream participants. Next week's service will not be live streamed or recorded. So please tune in again on Sunday, January the 5th. Thank you for being with us and sharing this time and space from afar. So once the live stream is turned off,